Toyota's CEO thinks EVs are a scam. The biggest automaker in the world is going against electric vehicles. He just dropped a brutal warning, making all political leaders confused and afraid. Toyota is totally against EVs, and the public is going to get their gas cars back due to their recent decision. The EV market is crashing super hard, proving that Toyota's CEO was right all along. But what exactly is this shocking warning all about? What exactly are the political leaders fighting about EVs? And are those EVs a scam? Here's what exactly happened. Let's start with Akio Toyoda, the guy who's been at the head of Toyota for years. He wasn't just any CEO, he's a guy who's seen it all and knows the car game inside out. But there's a twist. He's been warning about the dangers of going all in on EVs, and guess what? He was right all along. While everyone else was jumping onto the EV bandwagon, Toyota rang the alarm, saying going all in on EVs is a mistake. We must give consumers the choice to choose, he said. Not just this, but he's also been investing in 2 secret projects that could destroy electric cars forever, a new type of engine promising 1,000 miles of range. But more on that in a minute. Recently, at the Tokyo Auto Salon event, where Toyota announced some cool gas cars like the GR Yaris and the Lexus LBX RR Morizo concept, Akio Toyoda shocked everyone by saying, "Battery electric vehicles aren't the only path to carbon neutrality." He's been constantly saying things like this against EVs, which is why he was even ousted from his company, replaced by Koji, who is the current CEO. You see, when he warned everyone of the dangers of EVs, the political leaders wanted him gone. How else are they going to make money from the EV boom? So what did they do? They got environmentalists to do the job for them. I'm talking boycotts, protests, and scathing open letters, forcing Toyota to either make more EVs or pay huge fines. And the pressure isn't just from activists. Big investors are getting antsy too. Academic Retirement Pension, a Danish fund with over $19 billion of assets, is demanding answers for Toyota's anti-EV stance. And they're not alone. Other major European investors are joining the chorus, all worried that Toyota's reluctance to embrace battery EVs will leave them in the dust. Toyota's response: they're standing their ground. At their annual general meeting, Executive VP Masahiko Maa laid it all out. Banning gas cars isn't the agenda we should focus on, being emissions instead, and there's more than one way to do that. Now let's get into the real meaning of Toyota's argument. He's got this whole angle about how EVs aren't practical for everyone. Think about it. Not everyone can afford an EV right now, not to mention the issues with charging infrastructure and the whole shebang about EV fires. Oh, and EVs have massive repair issues that just got exposed, which I'll talk about towards the end of the video. So, the Toyota chairman is looking at the bigger picture and saying, we need to think about everyone, not just the folks who can jump on the EV bandwagon. And he isn't wrong. Take Elon Musk, the EV pioneer, the man who single-handedly accelerated the EV revolution. He just faced a brutal reality check as well. Tesla's third-quarter earnings were a disaster. They were so bad that Musk's net worth took a $28 billion hit. Yes, you heard me right. Billion with a B. Tesla's shares nosedived over 177%, erasing a jaw-dropping $138 billion in market cap in just 2 days. It's a stunning reverse for a company that was flying high, leading the charge into an all-electric future. But wait, there's more. Akio Toyoda, the former CEO and current chairman of Toyota, had this to say: people are finally seeing the reality. Overpriced EVs will do nothing but prevent a lot of people from entering into the market. Other major automakers are also hitting the brakes on their EV ambitions. Lucid just cut its production targets by 30%. General Motors delayed the Chevy Silverado EV launch by a whole year, and Ford, too, killed off its F-150 Lightning production after selling EVs at a loss of $36,000 per car for the past year. So EV sales are tanking. Big players like Tesla, Ford, and GM, they're all feeling the heat. Unsold EVs are piling up in lots, and the demand just isn't there. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Despite his warnings, Toyota still stepped into the EV arena nonetheless. He doesn't feel threatened by the EV push. And the reason he's doing this is not just because of the pressure. He's got something much better than EVs, which we shall talk about in a couple of minutes. And lastly, there's the political angle. The Biden administration has laid out super strict emissions norms lately, and the only way for companies to comply is to start selling more EVs. If that's not crazy enough, the government is also forcing companies to sell only EVs by 2030. What's making all of this worse is that a major EV reliability report from Consumer Reports just got leaked and shows that EVs are 80% more likely to break down compared to a gas-powered car. And not just this, if you end up damaging one of these things, the repair cost is huge. There have been cases of people getting $40,000 to $60,000 bills just to fix a scratch on their EV. The design of these batteries adds another layer of difficulty. They're often packed in ways that make them hard to open and repair without causing further damage. Plus, some manufacturers discourage repairs, citing safety concerns, which limits options for owners. So, will Toyota ever make good EVs? Well, they already did, but that's not where their heart lies. Let's talk numbers. In 2023, they sold over 54,000 plug-in electric cars, including 1,715 all-electric beasts, and almost 40,000 plug-in hybrids. That's 10 times more than the previous year. Now jumping to Q4 2023, Toyota reports a record 22.8 electrified vehicle sales, which is a whopping 61% year-over-year increase. This accounts for a solid 32.6% of Toyota's total volume. But here's the twist: while EV sales are booming, Toyota is still not fully sold on the idea. Flashback to 2022 and 2021. Toyota's plug-in electric car sales hovered around $35,000 and $52767 respectively. Fast forward to 2023, and you see this dramatic leap in sales. But here's the catch: Toyota's latest move shows they're still hedging their bets, not fully committing to the all-electric dream in terms of bottles. The RAV4 Prime plug-in hybrid is the reigning champion, with the all-electric BZ4X and the Lexus RZ also making significant strides. The BZ4X, along with the Lexus RZ and Subaru Sutera, collectively sold 8,827 units in the quarter, showing there's a growing appetite for these electric rides. But hold up. Despite this electrifying performance, Toyota is making some questionable calls. They've slashed their 2023 EV sales forecast by nearly 40%. Why, you ask? Well, they're blaming the decline in the Chinese market and a cutthroat EV price war. Instead of charging headfirst into the EV fray, Toyota's leaning back into its comfort zone of hybrids to avoid the heat of this pricing battle. This strategy is causing quite the stir. Environmentalists are up in arms, demanding Toyota stop their anti-climate lobbying and fully embrace electrification. Major investors are scratching their heads, wondering if Toyota is missing the electric boat all in. All EVs are not so ideal for the average Joe looking to buy a cheap, reliable car, and only Toyota seems to understand what the buyers really want. So why can't companies stop forcing costly EVs upon us and start listening to the public instead? But hey, Toyota isn't just sticking to the old-school engine. Tech they're talking about: high-compression, leaner, burning technologies, and even hydrogen-fueled engines. It's like they're saying we can do engines, but we can do them cleaner and better. And what's the deal with Toyota and EVs after all? Despite all this IC talk, they're not completely walking away from electric. They're playing both sides of the field. They've got their foot in the EV door with models like the BZ4X, but they're not going all in like some other automakers. Their new ammonia engine lines are quite promising, with over 800 miles of range, offering massive range while costing you a fraction of what you pay for an EV. EVs have huge issues, and unless you want to spend thousands of dollars in insurance and repairs right now, is not a great time to buy one even. Toyota's current CEO Koji has somewhat started getting the idea that maybe EVs aren't the future. Everyone thought they were for people who live in colder climates. The range can drop by 30%, and for people who drive in cities, mostly that range is just not enough. And it's not just that most of these first-generation EVs have huge quality issues, panel gaps, and software glitches. So what do you think? Should all car makers go 100% electric? Will Toyota lose customers for not embracing EVs soon enough? Let me know down in the comments below. I just uploaded a video about groundbreaking news that could hurt the entire EV industry. Do check it out if you want to be truly shocked by what's about to happen with EVs.